Hello, and welcome to another 5 Minutes with Mark. We're continuing in chapter 7. Jesus has just addressed the scribes and Pharisees about tradition. Then he called the crowd again and said to them, "Listen to me, all of you, and understand. There is nothing going outside a person that by going in can defile, but the things that come out are what defile." When he had left the crowd and entered the house, his disciples asked him about the parable. He said to them, "Then do you fail to understand? Do you not see that whatever goes into a person from outside cannot defile, since it enters not the heart, but the stomach, and goes out into the sewer?" Thus he declared all foods clean. And he said, "It is what comes out of a person that defiles. For it is from within, from the human heart, that evil intentions come: fornication, theft, murder, adultery, avarice, wickedness, deceit, licentiousness, envy, slander, pride, folly. All these evil things come from within, and they defile a person." So in the text just before this, the scribes and the Pharisees had been talking about the fact that if you don't wash your hands before you eat, what you eat can defile you, can make you unclean. And Jesus has just taken that and stood it up on its head. Because Jesus has said there's nothing you can eat that will make you unclean. And so he has just shot down all of the dietary laws, both from the tradition and the scripture, that the Pharisees and the scribes always worry about. He's basically, in some respects, thrown down the gauntlet and said, nothing that you eat can make you unclean, can defile you, because what you eat goes in the stomach and ends up, quote, Jesus' words, not mine, in the sewer. And so what Jesus is really saying, and this is according to the commentary by Don Jewell, Jesus has changed pure and impure into different categories. And so what Jesus is really saying is sin is a matter of the heart, the will, rather than a matter of violating laws of purity. Sin involves principally acts harmful to the neighbor. These actions arising from a corrupt will are what defile. Now, I don't know if we can fully understand how radical that concept is in Jesus' day, because it is radical, because up until this time, the law defined behavior. And if you broke the law, you sinned. The law was a box that said, do this and you're pure, do this and you're a sinner. And so up until Jesus confronted the scribes and the Pharisees, the whole idea is that sin was based on what you did in the eyes of the law. If the law said it was bad, it was bad. You couldn't wear a garment made of cotton and wool because the law said that it was an abomination. You couldn't eat shellfish because the law said it was an abomination, and on and on. But what Jesus has done in this text is he's turned that upside down on its head. Because what Jesus is now saying is it is our action. It is what we do specifically, most likely what we do to neighbor, that can be sinful. It's not how we live according to the rules, but how we live according to how we treat neighbor and one another. Jesus has just changed the definition of sin. And in doing so, he has taken all the power away from the scribes and the Pharisees and the interpreters of the law. It's going to be a wild ride from here on out. Hold on. We'll see you another day.